So welcome back again. We'll do few more numericals on mixtures and alligations. A trader sells total 315 TV sets. He sells black and white TV sets at a loss of 6% and color TV sets at a profit of 15%. Thus, he gains 9% on the entire transaction. The number of black and white TV sets, how much is sold, is what we need to find. So we have black and white TV sets and color TV sets. Let us this be X, this be Y. And total X plus Y is 315. Now this is sold at 6% loss. That's why I'm going to write minus 6%. This is sold at 15% profit. And in the entire transaction, he got 9% profit. So we'll apply alligation on this. So this will be 6. This will be 15. So this will be 2. This will be 5. So the total in terms of ratio, total is 7, whose value is given as 315. The value of 1 will be 45. I've been asked the quantity of black and white, which is 2. So that will be 45 into 2 is 90. So 90 black and white TV sets is sold. Okay. Next. The diluted wine contains only 8 liters of wine and the rest is water. So there is a solution, there is a mixture. A new mixture whose concentration is 30% is to be formed by replacing wine, which means I'm taking out something and I'm putting wine into it, which means I'm going to apply on the quantity which is getting removed. So I think water is getting removed. So how many liters of mixture shall be replaced with pure wine if there was initially 32 liters of water in the mixture? So we'll apply that reduction formula on this. So final quantity of water upon final total quantity is initial quantity of water upon initial total quantity into fraction left. So let us say I took X liters of mixture out. So it will be 40 minus X upon 40. That's a fraction which is left after removing X liters of mixture. Final quantity of water is, see, in the concentration in the new mixture is 30%, which means 30% wine is there, 70% water is there. But the total mixture is still 40 liters, because if I'm taking X out, I'm putting X back. So final quantity of the mixture also is 40 liters. So 70% of 40 is 28. So I must be having 28 final quantity of water and final quantity is 40. Initial quantity of water was 32. I mean given that. Initial total quantity was 40, which is 40 minus X upon 40. So now this will be 7, 4, 8. 40 gets cancelled with 40, 8 5s are. So this goes here. 35 is 40 minus X. So X is 40 minus 35, which is 5 liters. Which means the quantity which was taken out initially was 5 liters and 5 liters of wine was replaced. So how many liters of mixture shall be replaced? Answer is 5. Next. From a container, 6 liters milk was drawn out and replaced by water. Again, 6 liters of mixture was drawn out and was replaced by water. Thus, the quantity of milk and water in the container after these two operations is 9:16. The quantity of the total mixture is. So, I do not know how much was the initial mixture. So, let us say the initial mixture was X. I am taking out 6 liters. So initial, there was no mixture, it was pure milk. I took out 6 liters from it. So the fraction left is X minus 6 upon total. So this was the fraction left, correct? And now I'm withdrawing the milk, so I will be putting the entire reduction formula on milk. So the milk quantity of milk and water in the container after these two operations. So final quantity of milk was 9 and total is 9 plus 16. So 9 upon 25 is initial quantity of milk was X upon initial total quantity also is X into fraction left, which is X minus 6 upon X. And since this operation is repeated 2 times, is performed 2 times, so I will do square. This will get cancelled. If I take square root on both the sides, this will be 3 by 5 is X minus 6 upon X. So 3X is 5X minus 30. So 30 is 2X. So X is 15 liters. So the quantity of mixture is, so initial quantity of mixture was 15 liters. So answer is 15 liters. Yeah. Next. A dishonest milkman purchased milk at rupees 10 per liter and mixed with 5 liters of water in it. By selling the mixture at the rate of rupees 10 per liter, he earns a profit of 25%. Which means he bought the milk at 10 rupees per liter and he sold also at 10 rupees per liter. So how did he get the profit of 25%? The profit of 25% was purely because of adding of 5 liters of water. So the quantity of amount of the mixture that he has originally was how much? Let us say. Which means, the quantity of amount of mixture that he sold was how much after adding water. So 25% profit he made, which means 1 upon 4, which means initially he must have had 4 of milk and he added 1 of water, because this 1 by 4 profit came only because of adding water. And this 1 water value is given to me as 5 liters. Then this 4 milk would have been 20 liters, which means while selling, he must have got 25 liters. So when he sells 25 liters at 10 rupees per liter, then because of that additional water that he added, the initial mixture should have been 25 liters because he got his entire profit because of water. Next. There are 2 kinds of alloys of tin and copper. The first alloy contains tin and copper such that 93.33% of it is tin. In the second alloy, there is 86.66% tin. What weight of first alloy should be mixed with some weight of the second alloy so as to make a 50 kg mass containing 90% of tin? So here I will not bother about copper because let us apply alligation on tin. So in alloy 1, the tin quantity is 93.33%. In alloy 2, it is 86.66%. And when he mixed both the alloys, let us say this was X and this was Y, he got a mixture which contains 90% tin. And this mixture quantity, which is X plus Y, is given as 50 kgs because total mixture he got was of 50 kgs. So when I do this, so this will be 3.33, correct? And this would be 90 minus 86 is how much? 2.33? No, 3.33. And this is how much? 93 minus 90? Again 3.33. So which means they must have been mixed in the ratio 1:1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, whose value is given as 50 kgs. Means one value would be 25 kgs. So the first was 1, so this you must have missed 25 kgs. So 25 kgs is the answer. Correct, Anil? 25 kgs is the answer. Next. There are 2 solutions of sulfuric acid with concentration of 50% and 80%. They are mixed in a certain ratio to get a 62% sulfuric acid. This solution is now mixed with 6 liters of water to get back 50% solution. How much of the 80% solution has been used in the entire process? So very interesting sum. So probably we will have to apply alligation, or we'll have to apply ratio and proportion after alligation. Let's see how we do it. So there is sulfuric acid in solution 1. I'll apply alligation on sulfuric acid, and there is solution 2 in which sulfuric acid, so this is 50%, this is 80%, and then when I mixed it I got 62%. So if I apply alligation on this is 18 and this is 12, which means they must have been mixed in the ratio 3:2. Now this solution is mixed with 6 liters of water. So now I have a sulfuric acid which is this, which has got 62% of mixture, and then I am adding water in it, which means I can take sulfuric acid in that pure water as 0%, and then when I mixed it I got 50%. Correct? This is what is in the second scenario. So this will be 12 and this will be 50. So 25:6. So I got that in the ratio 25:6. How much of the 80% solution has been used in the entire process? So this quantity was 6 liters. This quantity we don't know how much it was, 62%. So x upon 6 is 25/6, which means x is 25 liters. Correct? Which means this sulfuric acid, which means this mixture would have been 25 liters. Which means this would have been 25 liters. So let us say this was x1 and this was x2, which means total of x1 plus x2 is 25, and ratio of x1 upon x2 is 3/2, which means in terms of ratio x1 plus x2 is 5. The value of 5 is 25, value of 1 would be 5, and I've been asked 80% solution. So 80% solution was in quantity 2 in terms of ratio, so 2 would be 10 liters. So answer is 10 liters. Clear? So what we did here was solution 1, solution 2, we applied alligation on sulfuric acid. Here we got the ratio as 3:2. Now this mixture of 62%, let us say x liters, I mixed with 6 liters of water in which sulfuric acid is 0%. I am applying alligation on sulfuric acid. So here I got ratio as 25:6, which means x upon 6 was 25:6, x I got as 25 liters, which means this was 25 liters, which means in this mixture the total liters was 25 liters. But they are in the ratio 3:2. I am being asked 2, so 2 का value 10 liters because 5 का value 25 liters है, so 2 का value 10 liters. Clear? Let us take next one. A vessel contains a mixture of two liquids A and B in the ratio 4:1. When 10 liters of the mixture is replaced with liquid B, the ratio becomes 2:3. How many liters of liquid A was present in the jar initially? So a vessel is containing two liquids A and B in the ratio 4:1. A liquid and B 4:1. When 10 liters of mixture is replaced, so we are replacing 10 liters of mixture, which means the ratio still will remain the same, because after removing 10 liters from a mixture, the ratio of A and B will not change. And then it is being replaced with B, which means I am adding B of 10 liters, and the ratio then becomes 2:3. How many liters of liquid A was present initially is what we have been asked. So let us say A is not changing, so I will make A same in both of this. So I'll multiply this by 2, so it will become 4:6, which means B was 1, it became 6 in terms of ratio, which means 5, 6 minus 1, 5 was added, but actually 5 की value 10 liters दे रखी है, because I removed 10 liters of mixture and I added 10 liters of milk because it was replaced 1 की वैल्यू 2 लीटर्स, विच मीन्स ये वाला भी 10 लीटर्स होगा, बिकॉज 4 + 1 5 है, एक की वैल्यू 2 लीटर है, तो ये 10 लीटर्स हुआ होगा, बरोबर है। अब ये 10 लीटर्स जो था वो 10 लीटर्स निकालने के बाद था, मतलब ये ऊपर जो है वो 20 लीटर्स हुआ होगा, बराबर है। अब 20 लीटर्स है, रेशियो के टर्म्स में 5 है, 5 की वैल्यू 20 लीटर्स है, तो 1 की वैल्यू 4 लीटर्स होगी। आई मीन आस्क ए, तो ए की वैल्यू 4 × 4 16 liters initially of liquid A must have been present. Correct? This is the answer. Clear? Sharath invests a total of rupees 10,000 in two parts. Some money at 6% per annum and rest of money at 8% per annum. After 2 years, he got a total of 1440 as interest. What is the amount put at 6% per annum interest? So he had a total of 10,000 rupees. He split that between, let us say, two schemes. At one scheme, he put at 6%. Another scheme, he put at 8%. And after 2 years, he got a total of 1440 as interest. So 1440 he got in 2 years. But here this is rate is per annum. So I will divide 1440 by 2. So I will get 720. So 720 is 1 year's interest. This 1 year's interest is on the total amount, right? Because दोनों का मिला के मिला उसको. So 720 he must have got on the total investment of 10,000. So I can find out the percentage here. 5, 36 by 5. Correct? So this is 36 by 5. So this will become 8 minus 36 by 5 is 4 by 5. And 36 minus by 5 minus 60 is 36 by 5. So this ratio will become 2:3 if I cancel 5, 5, 2 and 3. What is the amount put at 6% per annum interest? So now total of this ratio is 5 and total of the amount is 10,000. So value of 1 would be 2,000. And I want to find out the value of 6%. 6% is 2. So 2 into 2,000, 4,000. So he must have put 4,000 in this scheme and 6,000 in this scheme. But I mean asked this. So answer is 4,000. Correct? Next. A mixture of alcohol and water contains 35% alcohol by weight. If 25 grams water is added to such a mixture of 100 grams, then the percentage of alcohol in the mixture is. It's very simple. So let us say alcohol and water is there. 100 grams, the mixture is 100 grams and 35% is alcohol, which means 35 grams of alcohol is there and 65 grams of water is there. I'm adding 25 grams of water, which means 35 alcohol होगा और 90 water होगा. तो total अब मिक्सचर तुम्हारा 125 liters का हो गया. I want to find out the percentage of alcohol. So 35 upon total into 100. 25 fours are 25 fives are 7 5. So 28% of alcohol must be there in the mixture now. Clear? So the next sum goes like an alloy P has copper and zinc in the proportion of 5:2 by weight, while another alloy Q has the same metals in the proportion 3:4 by weight. If these two alloys are mixed in the proportion A:B, I'm mixing these two alloys in the proportion A:B, a new alloy R is formed, which has equal contents of copper and zinc. Then the proportion of copper and zinc in the alloy S formed by mixing two alloys P and Q in the proportion B:A is what? So there are two things happening here. First, we are mixing together and we are forming an alloy R. So let us first try to solve that. So we have P and Q. I will, here it is copper and zinc in the proportion 5:2. Here is copper and zinc in the proportion 3:4. I'll apply alligation on copper. So copper here is 5/7. Copper here is 3/7. When R is formed, here the copper and zinc, they are in proportion 1:1, which means copper would be 1/2. Correct? So when I 3/7 minus half and half minus 5/7. So this will be 6 1/14, and this would be minus 3/14, which means it is 1:3. So ratio, they are mixed in the ratio 1:B, A:B. So A upon B is 1/3. Now what they are saying is P and Q, again they are mixing to form S. Now they are mixing in the ratio B:A. When they are forming S will have copper and zinc as well. But now this is 3 parts and this is 1 part. So if I take 3 parts of this and 1 part of this, so 3 parts of this would have, the ratio was 5:2. So 3 parts would have 15:6. Here it was 3:4. So 1 part will still have 3:4 only. So this, when we are mixing, the ratio would be 15 plus 3, 18, and 10, because now I'm mixing them in the ratio which I've been told. So 18:10, which means 9:5. So the proportion of copper and zinc in S would be 9:5. Correct? So the next sum goes like 50 liters of mixture of milk and water contains 30% of water. This mixture is added to another mixture of 80 liters which contains mixture of milk and water that contains 20% of water. Then how many liters of water should be added to this resultant mixture of 50 plus 80 so that the water percentage in this 130 liters would be 25%. So we have 50 liters, here we have 80 liters, here we have water and milk. So it contains 30% of water. So 30, and this would be 70. And this contains water and milk 20, and this is 80. Okay? So this is 3:7 ratio and this is 2:8 ratio, right? Because we divided entire thing by 10, 10, 10. This side also we divided by 10, this also we divided by 10. But they are added in proportion 5:8. So we'll mix them in proportion of 5:8. So to make them 5:8, now right now they are equal 10 and 10. So we will make them 5:8 by multiplying this ratio by 5. So this will become 15 into 35. This by 8, this will become 16:64. And now when I am mixing, the ratio becomes 31:99. So now I got a mixture which is 31:99 and total is 130 liters because 80 plus 50. Now I need to add water to this. This is water and this is milk. So that my proportion of water here is 25% and this will be 75%, which means the ratio should be 1:3. Now the water, milk is not changing. So let us make milk same by multiplying this by 33. So this will become 33:99. Now milk became same. Now how much in terms of ratio it is added? 31 tha 33 ho gaya. So water 2 in terms of ratio is added. Now in terms of ratio, what is this total? 130. So 130 corresponds to 130 liters, which means 1 ratio will correspond to 1 liters. So 2 ratio will correspond to 2 liters. So 2 liters of water must have been added. Thank you. Thank you so much.